So let me tell you about the court orders they used to come in with to abduct me for no reason to help further their child porn and human trafficking with people in probation and parole and social work like Sam and Ruvana Bavard, according to their own statements. And Sam Bavard trespassing on private property and on public roadways with loaded firearms. Basically threatening people about filing frivolous lawsuits. They're not so frivolous when the federal government now extends protections to fags. I smell someone in the room with me, yet I don't see anyone. And if there are people in the room with me, thanks, hello, my apologies. The Mason County people tried to convince me I was hallucinating and delusional. So what in the hell do you think I was going to believe from doctors? I don't believe you're trying to help me when you're smashing my left side, causing me to have such a bad panic attack I try to fucking kill myself. That's not saying I'm suicidal, it's saying you people have driven me half past the point of lunacy and I would like to press charges for excessive force. What don't they understand? I try to speak about it as calmly and coolly as I possibly can. I've been bludgeoned. It can cause mood and behavioral changes. No doctor, not even the ones in Ohio, bothered to document them. Let me tell you about Regina Case with TriHealth Cardiology. I told her I've been experiencing syncope for years and years and years. Well, if I were a betting woman, I wouldn't say it was your heart. Well, the syncope is enough to do a 24-hour heart monitor, but you know what? Never mind. We can do a stress test if you want to. And I'm like, okay. Let me tell you about always seeing white physicians and their diagnoses never adding up to help with this goddamn human trafficking case that I talked about. Let me tell you about being pepper sprayed to the point of clawing my face off. They have pictures of that at Mercy Health. They wanted to know why I was scratching my face. It's called a flashback. They can be very realistic. The medications that are administered for PTSD normally, for some people, can cause suicide. But they want to sit and bitch about cannabis possibly causing schizophrenia-like symptoms in a subgroup of patients. It's nothing but a huge circle jerk to get money out of people. So let me tell you about being forced to open my mouth and pills dropped in it and forced drugging, which is a felony. The judge who signs off on it, well, let me tell you about some of these judges, including Cameron Blau, Kim Razor, Stockton Wood, Todd Walton, on and on and on. And this never ends for me. I was literally just sitting in the living room watching Sister Wives with Nanette, trying to enjoy a meal, all the while somebody grabbing my ankle, but it was Max just pushing himself against my ankle. Then the silver handcuffs coming out. So let me tell you why I killed myself. These people claim that because I came forward in good fucking faith, to describe the terrorism that I went through in this goddamn country as a United States citizen, that I deserve to be slammed against the wall. Well, you know what? Whatever. Maybe if they hadn't caused me so much stress that it created broken heart syndrome, which is accurate. Yeah, whatever. Hello. It kills me when people think I'm racist just because if something slips out via Tourette's syndrome. It really kills me when people think I'm racist. I don't understand racism. What in the goddamn good does it do being divided? The only way that you can conquer the enemies is if we all stand on a even platform. But no, nobody understands it because they just look at me like, "What? Listen to what just came out of your mouth." It's called Tourette's syndrome. You really should educate your children about it. It's just like earlier, I felt like I couldn't breathe through my nose. It felt like I was being smashed or something. So everybody I've called out are suspects, other than the just stories. Feels like I'm intubated. I don't mean to be a pain. I don't mean to complain. I'm simply trying to state a fact. State facts. I do have mental health issues. They're PTSD and DID. You've seen me dressed up as a woman. You've seen me dressed up as eccentric. You've seen me dressed up in a tux as a man with a woman on my arm. I got the shit kicked out of me for being that way. That's called a hate crime. It's called dissociative identity disorder. I had to disassociate to live being a rape survivor, especially one who was called a liar. A liar. Mr. Horde, we don't believe what you just sent in. I really don't care. I'm trying to report all these crimes after all these years only for you all to slam my ass against the wall for nothing. Over cannabis recommended by your all's network of physicians. Well, big fucking surprise there, right? Thank you for bludgeoning me to the point I don't notate sarcasm. I'll tell you what, that has been the biggest hindrance mental health wise. Them doing their shit to the point I don't notate sarcasm. But, that's not really my fault. Hell, after this, after being pushed down a flight of stairs, being pushed off a footbridge, try to press charges? No, that doesn't work. Like I said, I would like to be left alone without law enforcement and social workers stepping over their bounds at every turn, claiming that they can help. The only way that this situation can be rectified is if the medical records are modified to document things the way they truly are. The only reason that they were falsified, in my opinion, is because if they had diagnosed it the way I see it, my story would have some more weight. Because, the smart, intelligent people in a different department said so. But, you know, instead it was labeled as mania and psychosis, and I'm not hypersexual. I don't even masturbate every day. Some men go at it as often as they can. I've had ED since I was 13 because of Zoloft. If I do try to enjoy myself, it's not really like most men. Hell, sometimes somebody can touch me and it feels like I'm having a female orgasm or something. It's embarrassing. And I don't like having to explain every little detail in that regard to people. Why are you acting that way? Why are you rubbing your jaw? It's a flashback. The last cop that questioned me, why are you rubbing your left jaw? It's a flashback to a chokehold. I flip out every time I see a cop. No offense, I don't mean to down all of you. Not all cops are bad cops. And it's probably one of the reasons that I get so nervous around male law enforcement officers. Probably. I can't say that for sure because I didn't go to medical school. But then the female ones are no better. You're not going to flirt your way out of this. You discriminate against women, to that's sexual harassment. To when I was a kid, female officers putting their vaginas on my face and telling me to lick their clit. Just like my sister. I don't know what in the hell was up with these people. And just like in my human trafficking case, I didn't have a choice. It was, you're going to college in Fayette County or Hamilton County, Ohio. Well, I'm sure as hell not going to Fayette County because the cops have already started fucking with me down there. I really don't want to go to Hamilton County either. I would rather move out of the area that is so homophobic and transphobic and white supremacist. And this area, the way society is, makes it so divided. So divided. He's acting crazy. They're called panic attacks. It is an American Disabilities Act approved disability. You want to see the medical documentation? All you have to do is ask. I don't like them any more than anyone else. They cause a hell of a lot of grief and heartache. My family taking tobacco sticks and knocking me around with them, and but then claiming about a door that got slammed. This is hilarious. Double A battery operated handheld tasers, a steel baseball bat, tobacco sticks as large as a baseball bat, poison, bleach, diesel fuel marinated steak. I looked at my dad that night and I asked him, I'm like, does your steak taste like diesel fuel? Oh. And that was another time. My parents got a pat on the back for poisoning me from Patrick Boggs' family. Now, I can't help really but be a little suspicious. It's not paranoia. Those things actually happened. If they hadn't happened, it'd be different. If they hadn't happened and me just saying, Patrick Boggs' family's out to get me, that'd be different. That'd be petty. That would be inaccurate. So let me try to explain, I guess, their theory. The mainstream religion that I was brought up in said that I had a demon inside of me. A demon, quite literally, because I wouldn't repent and become heterosexual. Whereas the Catholic Church and their parishioners told me I was an angel too, because I could keep my mouth shut and I didn't really care. I didn't fully grasp what was happening. You shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be doing anything. Well, let me tell you about Officer Merrill's off duty alcohol usage that he decides to post on social media, or Darren Hall's off duty drug usage, alcohol usage. These people act like they're above the law when off duty conduct does apply. Let me tell you about the Silvas. As I said, he works for Mason County Detention Center, and he was on social media once. Well, more than once, but once with some of his girlfriends, so fucking drunk, he couldn't even speak clearly. Maybe I just misinterpreted it. Like, I just came to the realization it felt like something was in my ass crack. Maybe it was the pillow, but I don't think so. So let me tell you about them putting guns in my side and rubbing them as hard as they can. They'd put it about right here, press as hard as they could. Get up. Then they'd claim it was the devil. So as I said, Patrick Boggs' family, I mean, it's been a nightmare for me. An absolute nightmare. From the Hubers, the Denton Huber Monteiths now, to Gene Boggs, to Casey Denton with the Praters and her sister, to Patrick and Vicky Sapp. Like I said, I don't have anything against them. They're all fairly nice people you know, to not know them. But for what I went through, and his family's actions, it was detrimental to my well being and health care. They didn't care. Patrick Boggs showed up that day at 9152 Springdale, worried about what someone had said about him. That's what I heard, while his department had authorized a home grow. Let me tell you about that, only for them to come in and mash me again for admitting it. Do you think that I have anything else left to lose, in all honesty? My little toes are turned outwards because of the bludgeoning from when I was a child, because of my family lying about me bringing drugs into the home when it was my fucking bitch sister doing it. Yeah, so I've been punished my entire life by these people. It's not going to hurt me to admit anything else. There's plenty left of the story to tell, and that's Kentucky. Not talking about Tennessee, Ohio, or Michigan, or North Carolina, or South Carolina, or New York, or New Jersey, or California, or Colorado, or Texas, or Chicago. Oh my God, can you believe they dropped Erica Jane's case? Yes.